Hello everyone and welcome back to the My Team series. We are on round 4 season 2, which is Azerbaijan. Anyway, before we head to qualifying, let's quickly look at how the car has been developed. And we did some upgrades to the power unit with the stators, which I think affects the ERS. And we also did some aero work with the front wing, which should help with the front downforce, and also the diffuser, which should help with the rear downforce, which is good. And those 3 upgrades should come before Azerbaijan. A bit later on, we also did a bit more power unit upgrades with the pistons, but unfortunately they won't come in time for this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, but they should be ready for the next Grand Prix, which I think is Hungary. Unfortunately, the stators did fail just before the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, but we did manage to get those through by just redoing them. But unfortunately, that did cost us 287 R&D points, which isn't a lot, but you know, every little helps at this stage of the career, I guess. We also had about 5 million to spend on the facility, so I decided to decrease the build time for the power unit facility. So hopefully things like the stators and the pistons should hopefully come through a little bit quicker, which is an added bonus, I guess. And as always, before we head to the track at qualifying, let's quickly look at the performance index. And as you can see, we've had a massive jump from the Chinese Grand Prix to this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So we are now the 4th best car, or we are very near the top of that midfield battle anyway, which is great news. And that should basically mean we should get through to Q3 relatively easy, fingers crossed. But yeah, did anything else happen? Racing Point a little bit better, and who's that? Williams has got a little bit better. Other than that though, pretty much the same as you were. Alright, so that's going to wrap up everything in the facilities. Let's head to qualifying at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Alright, so here we are going for our first lap around Baku. Personally, I really like Baku. I think it is a great track. I think it's got a bit of everything. Sector 1, you can possibly make a few overtakes because of the 90-degree corners. Although the walls are quite close in some of the areas of Baku, so you do have to have your wits about you a little bit. But yeah, you can make some moves, which is unusual on a street track. Normally, things like Monaco, you just can't make an overtake and you're stuck there for the whole race. Whereas this one, you can make overtakes, especially due to that really long straight. So yeah, it's kind of like a modern street track, and I think it really works. Also, Azerbaijan looks like an amazing country with amazing architecture. Just look at those buildings there. They're so cool. But yeah, anyway, back to the lap. Just coming into the more technical part of the lap, which is Sector 2. So going through the castle section. Very tight, very easy to do a Leclerc there and lose your front wing, or even just the whole front end of the car I think you just destroyed. So yeah, not too bad so far. I've been yapping away, haven't really been paying too much attention. I think it's been relatively clean though. This corner we're coming up to now, so easy to lose, especially on the braking. You kind of can bunny hop that curve. It's quite high, so it can unsettle the car. But you can make quite a lot of time by doing that. Sometimes I risk it, sometimes I don't. As I say, it really unsettles the car. So yeah, depends on if you want to do that or not. Coming through the final chicane, and it was just a long straight. And how are we doing? A 131 currently. Going to go over the line. De Vries has done a 139, and we do a 138.1. And that puts us 6th currently, as we did a purple last sector. And that was good enough to get us out of Q1 quite comfortably. So I don't think we even went out for another attempt. And also, Danny Kvyat, our teammate, got through in P10. So yeah, great all around for us there. And then looking at the bottom 6, that went out. It's just the normal 6 of the 2 Alphas, 2 Williams, and the 2 Haas cars. Alright, so we did go out for our first lap in Q2, and we did it on the medium tyres. Obviously, we're well off the pace, although we're only 0.2 of a second behind Kvyat, so a little bit worrying there that Kvyat might not get through. But yeah, not a great lap, obviously, because we're on the mediums, but hopefully we can do slightly better. What is currently P10? That is Hubert on a 138.6. So we need to go over a second quicker to get into Q3, which I think should be doable. Fingers crossed. Okay, so here we are for our final lap in Q2. Got less than 45 seconds to go in the session, so we've got plenty of time to get our lap in. Going through turn 1, we're already up a 10th. Turn 2, I tend to brake just as there's like a little gap in the wall, and you kind of brake then, and then you can turn the car in on the 90-degree corner, and then you're on the straight. And we are currently up 0.3 of a second nearly. Then going into the next 90-degree corner, and then we've got another one again. You don't want to hit the inside curb there. Oh, we've gone a little bit wide though, nearly put that in a wall. You definitely don't want to hit the inside curb, and you don't want to miss the curb either, like we did, and else you will be in the wall as well. Here you want to get nice and tight for the first part of the chicane, so then you can straight line the second part, as we kind of did, and we're up over half a second. This corner you can cheese quite a lot, although we didn't. I kind of cheesed it half, which means that I kind of got pushed out towards the wall. Castle section, you kind of need to go as fast as you can. We get very close, so we've actually gone off the track there, but we get very close to that inside wall coming out of, I guess the yellow walls are everywhere. What are they, DHL, Pirelli? One of the two. Are we going to bunny hop this one? A little bit actually, and we're at 1.2 seconds, so currently we probably would be through. Last important corner I think, because coming up to the next corner is the chicane, which you kind of just can go flat anyway. And speaking of chicane, here we go. And then we basically just got a straight line all the way down. We're doing over 200 miles an hour. We're currently 1.4 seconds up, so this should be relatively easily through into Q3. As we go over the line, and we do a 1:38.3, I think I saw, and that has put us 9th. Perfect. So into Q3 we go. And yeah, looking at it, unfortunately Danny did improve, but not enough to get through. So he was about 0.3 of a second behind us. Who else went out? The 2 Ferraris, obviously Danny, the 2 Alpha Tauris, and also Lando Norris. So our rival went out as well. So that is a big shock, actually. I thought that the McLaren would be closer than it was. Anyway, we've come P9, which I cannot complain about. So we are in Q3. Get in there. Alright, so here we are for our first attempt in Q3. So we managed to save us some tyres, obviously with Q1, not doing 2 runs, has actually saved us a set of tyres so that we've got 2 runs in Q3, which is a first, I think. Have we actually done that before? I think normally we just do 1 run and it tends to go terribly, so hopefully we can do a bit better. Yeah, so Sector 1 is pretty much done. Well, it's not really, we've got 2 more corners to go. Tend to brake around... Oh, I don't know, I missed it then. This one, just as you're about to hit the 50 metres, don't hit that inside curve as it will force you out wide, but you kind of want to get as close to it as possible. Just around that tree, sounds stupid, but around that tree, we've gone a little bit too wide though. You want to cut that first part of the chicane really tight, so then you can kind of straight line the second part of that chicane. As I said earlier, you can cheese this one, as we kind of cheesed that one just there, which is kind of the quickest way, but it's a bit dirty, isn't it? It's not really fair. Oh, had 2 stabs at that then. So we did kind of miss the exit of the castle section, which did throw us out a little bit. So this definitely isn't the tidiest lap so far. Coming up to probably the worst corner on the track. Tend to brake just as the curb before disappears, and that tends to be a good braking point. Around 75 metres for this one. Try not to hit that curb, as it doesn't settle the car quite a lot and you can't get the traction down. And then it's basically just a straight line. Well, through the chicane, it's a straight line pretty much, and then you've just got to hold the foot, just got to plant the pedal to the floor, really. Don't know what I was trying to say, but you know what I mean. Just foot to the floor, and over the line we go, and we do a 1:38.5. So yeah, I didn't think it was that good. So 2/10, slower than our last attempt. But it has put us P8 after the first runs. But as you can see, Lewis is currently on pole about a second quicker than us. So yeah, let's go out for our second attempt and see if we can do any better on that. Alright, so 4th and final lap of qualifying. Around 100 metres, brake down to gear 3. Normally I went down to gear 2, so I was obviously a little bit worried about it, but we've already lost some time there. Down to gear 2 for this time. It's quite cautious. We've got a better exit though, so we're only going to be down around a 10th. But yeah, not a great first sector if I'm honest. Around 100 metres, broke a little bit too early. Took a lot of inside curve. This is very sloppy. Down nearly 3/10. Down to gear 2, not too bad out there though, to be honest, so we gained some time back through there. Much better through that first part of the chicane. Look how much time we've made. So that's what I'm saying, if you can get that first part of that chicane right, you make so much time up. So we're up nearly 1.5 tenths. Are we going to cheese it? No, that's pretty fair, that. Though we did lose a little bit of time because we cheesed that quite a lot in the first attempt. Through the castle section. Oh, a little bit slow coming out of there. Oh, that was really close to that inside wall there. But taking that risk has worked out a lot as we're up 2.5 tenths now. Coming up to the worst corner, just as soon as that curve disappears, we have bunny hopped it. We are up, well, quite a lot. Bunny hopping it's helped us a lot. We're up 0.3 tenths a second, around 75 meters. Don't hit that inside curve if you can avoid it, which has helped us well up 0.4 tenths of a second. This could be quite a good lap. It's pretty much done and dusted now. We just need to keep the pedal to the metal, as they say. Up 0.5 second. Where are we going to come? So what is science? Stroll was done a 1:38.1. He's P6. This is going to be close. As we do a 1:37.9. So I think we got P6. Yes, we did. Whoa, what a result that is. That is very good news. So there you can see Lewis is on pole, Valtteri second, Sergio is third. Obviously we are P6, which is a great result for us. Wasn't expected to be that high up. I thought normally when we get through into Q3 we tend to come 10th. So the fact that we're not 10th is a great result. Hopefully we can improve on that and maybe get some really good points, you know, even if we can hold 6th, that would be amazing. And just quickly looking at the rivalry, we got 2 points to Lando's 1. Obviously, we out-qualified him, and that has tied the rivalry at 14 points apiece. Ooh. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this one. A very good qualifying session for us. Was not expecting that coming in. I did know our car was quite good. I think it was said about 4th best car, but yeah, that's better than I thought we would be. So yeah, very happy with that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash that like button as it really helps us out. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you want to say hi or you've got any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alrighty then, I've been Jumbo and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the race.